Morning. It's morning of day 6, I think. And I am in Williamson, North Carolina. The tropical depression that used to be tropical storm that I don't know the name of has been blowing over me since late last night. But I'm safe and snug in my tent and dry. And considerably drained of blood by the mosquitoes. That's okay. Plans were today to continue on towards either Myrtle Beach or Huntington Beach, South Carolina, but woke up this morning with a bit of a surprise. My left hand doesn't work. I can get a little bit of a flip out of it, but that's about it. Now this is not altogether frightening because I've had stuff like it happen. It looks like it might be a stroke, but it's not. It's actually a migraine, believe it or not, and it'll go away eventually. A couple hours, I'll be fine. But if I go to a hospital, they'll treat it like a stroke, and I'll be there for days. So I'm not going to be doing that. And this has happened before. It's always a different flavor when I get it, and it isn't very often. Last time I had something that was this pronounced was about a year ago. But it's already getting better, but I don't think I might just stay here another night. Let the storm blow over, sit in the tent, feed these mosquitoes a little more, and take a little bit of a rest, do some thinking. Why not? It's my trip. Do what I want to. And people here are nice. Maybe there's food somewhere. Lots of birds, a lot of owls. Been hearing them. I think they're owls. I don't believe mosquitoes make that noise. And the rain's even slacked up a bit now. So maybe I can get out of the tent for a bit. As long as I can do it with one hand. Work those zippers with one hand. I found out right shortly after my last vid that not only was my left hand not working, neither was my vehicle. Apparently there's a short somewhere in the switch that I had installed that drained the battery overnight. So the people that stayed next to me in their tent were able to arrange for me to get a ride to a local Walmart with them. And it was kind of neat because I was telling them some about my trip, and come to find out that the girl also has bipolar disorder, but no one had told her a thing about her illness. And so I was able to take some amount of time and explain it to her, and as to what happens, why it happens, the whole thing, and probably in 10 minutes told her more than all the doctors put together had ever told her in 2 hospitalizations. So as I told her about what was going on in her head, as I told her about the good things about this illness, you could just see the sparks lighting up in her head. Her eyes just getting bigger as I said, I bet you're like this, aren't you? And I bet this happens to you, doesn't it? And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was going through the things that I knew were true. And she was like, yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. And it had never occurred to her that this was not just a horrible liability. The only thing she had ever focused on was the crying. And now she sees a lot more of the full picture. And she's not so ashamed of her illness. Because I told her it's not something to be ashamed of. I said, you're not less than other people. In many ways, you're more. And it's not you that is less. It is the world that is not enough. And there's what the problem is. But they were kind enough to give me a ride over to Walmart. I got a charger for my car. It's at my campsite right now, charging up so I could use it. figured that was a better way to do it, because I could end up dead the next time I turn the car off, and at least I'd be able to, who knows where I might turn the car off. I could be, out in the boonies somewhere and starve to death or something. Or they say on TV that could happen. It's probably not, but Anyhow, the hand, that's as straight as it gets. That's trying as hard as I can to straighten the fingers like that. It's as far as it gets. It's very, very weak. The grip is mostly back, but that's as quickly as I can open it. Just like that. That's it. That's all she's got. Can't explain it. I know I don't really care. I'll get around it. So it's my left hand after all. I don't play guitar anymore anyway, so that doesn't have, that's not really a big deal. Failing anything else going wrong, I'll be packing up tomorrow and heading to Huntington Beach. And over to Brook Green Gardens. Huntington Beach is a cool place. It was owned by Anna Hyatt Huntington, an artist back in the 20s and 30s. And she was a little thing, about 5 feet tall, and just with a heart to help people, and extremely creative. And her main creativity went into sculpting. And when the Depression hit, she had the money and the wherewithal to put a lot of the local craftsmen to work building her house. And so her house ended up as a castle. And that's what's in Huntington Beach. And then she willed it to the people when she died. So her house is now a state park, and it's got a campground. Anna Hyatt, only being 5 foot tall, didn't do little sculptures. She did 40, 50, 60 foot tall things, which they now have across the street, again on her land, at Brook Green Gardens. And I will be going there, and we will be taking pictures, and I'll take you along. It is probably my favorite piece of land on earth. And if I can't heal my soul anywhere on the planet, I can do it there. Because that's where the absolute essence of it lives. And I can't wait to get back. Particularly this one sculpture. I'll wait on that. Save it for a surprise. Talked to one wonderful, wonderful old lady. It turns out she owns this campground. It's been in her family and her husband's family for years and years and years and years. Her husband died in 1977. And she has difficulty talking about him in the past tense. She continually says, my husband is this and this. I don't know how many times she took to get the sentence. She kept trying to say that my husband is the last remaining member of his family out, until she realized that there were no remaining members of his family. Not for 30 years. And, but to her, he's very real still. Very, very real. And I saw the picture of him playing guitar, and I saw a big fish that he caught. And that was very neat, to ground it like that. And then I met another lady that just going through a separation and divorce, but making it. She has a bunch of kids to deal with, but she'll make it. Still young. Both of these people I've had talks with and got some good wisdom from both of them, from different sides. And the odd thing is that both of them have agreed 100% with everything I've gotten so far. Everybody has agreed, which is amazing to me, but maybe it shouldn't be. Anyway, later.